If you've been eyeing something a little different than your usual JBL or Bose Bluetooth speakers, LG's got a few on the market worth checking out. No, not the front-loading LG Wash Tower. I'm talking about the Xboom Grab, the Xboom Bounce, and the Xboom Stage 301. Now, I'll admit I was a little skeptical of these speakers at first. The product pages on the LG website are absolutely packed with hype words. AI sound, AI room calibration, AI lighting, AI DJs, not to mention being durability tested to military standards, because, you know, America. And of course, they're tuned by experimental architect will.i.am. Firstly, I'm a metal dude. I don't know who will.i.am is. And guys, this is just a Bluetooth speaker. Calm down. But after spending some time with the lineup, I think they could be a very good alternative to your everyday Bose or JBL speaker. So before we break them all down to help you decide which one you should buy, a quick note on some features that they all share. The Xboom Grab, the Bounce, and the Stage 301 all connect to your device wirelessly via Bluetooth 5.4 with support for multi-point pairing, as well as both the SBC and AAC codecs. They also all work with the LG Think app. Yeah. They also all work with the LG Think app for EQ options, lighting control, creating your AI DJ, and either pairing a second identical model for stereo performance or linking up with all three of these guys for synchronized mono playback. When it comes to protection from the elements, the Stage 301 is IPX4 rated, meaning it can handle splashes of water or light rain, but the Grab and the Bounce are the ones that have been tested to military standards. Long story short, these two speakers are IP67 rated for protection against dust and water, and LG states they can withstand extreme heat, the occasional accidental drop, and saltwater spray. So if you're an extreme person who lives life on the edge, maybe you're scaling a volcano tomorrow or you're rappelling down Mount Vesuvius daily, oh boy, do I have a speaker for you. Jokes aside, these things are designed to be used, so you can bring them on a rainy camping trip or to that festival pregame session without a worry, which is what we want in an outdoor Bluetooth speaker. The Xboom Grab is the smallest of the bunch, and yeah, from its cylindrical shape to the dual passive radiators, right down to the raised tactile controls, it looks a lot like a JBL Flip. Not that that's a bad thing. However, what it does add is this nice subtle light bar at the bottom, as well as this interesting strap system. You can use it in a couple of ways. I've successfully strapped it to my backpack, or you can just sort of loosen them off and use them as carrying handles. Otherwise, you gotta get in here and unloop. There we go. Pretty versatile, or excessive. Either way, you've got some portability options, and of course, its size is perfect for sliding into that side water bottle pocket. Forget sliding into my DMs, I want you sliding into my water bottle pocket. Oh yeah, call me. Anyway, it weighs around 700 grams, which is slightly heavier than something like the Bose SoundLink Flex, and offers up to 30 watts of output. In terms of battery life, it advertises up to 20 hours of playback, which you might get if you're listening to some soft jazz at a reasonable volume, but I like to test a little louder to emulate a real-world gathering with some chatty pals. At a level of 80 dB measured from 1 meter away, the Grab lasted 9 hours and 37 minutes. Yes, that's only half the advertised life, but again, it's a better representation of what you'll get if you're cranking up your speaker, and truthfully, 9 hours is still a pretty solid chunk of listening time. Otherwise, the cool lighting strip is a nice bonus that adds to the party vibes, but the rest of the features are mostly found in the LG Think app. As mentioned, that's where you'll find your EQ presets to cycle through, customize your lighting, set up your AI DJ, set up your My button, try out the AI room calibration, which you're supposed to do every time you move your speaker, by the way. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack. It's a busy app. It's the LG app that caters to all their appliances as well, so it can take a bit of navigation to get where you want to go, but there is a good amount of customization available, and hey, you can start your dishwasher remotely while you're at it. Nice. That said, fortunately, this thing sounds pretty good right out of the box with a fairly consumer-friendly sound of enhanced bass, underemphasized mids, and enhanced treble that works well across various genres. Now, you bass heads might want to boost up some low frequencies for a bit more thump in the custom EQ, but otherwise, casual listeners could probably get away without the app. It's there if you want to take advantage of it. If not, you've got a pretty durable, ready for anything grab-and-go speaker with good sound, great battery life, and an... Whoops. Started playing the song from before. They're connecting. Are they talking to each other? Hello? Oh my gosh, I don't know what I did. It's there if you want to take advantage of it. If not, you've got a durable, ready for anything grab-and-go speaker with good sound, great battery life, and enough output for a group of 10 people or so. The Xboom Grab sells for $149. Next up is the Xboom Bounce. This one has a unique look featuring a racetrack-shaped enclosure with dual passive radiators on top, which is a little different. It's slightly larger, weighing a little over 3 pounds, not impossible to carry, but it does have a bit of heft. Speaking of carrying, it also has this interesting strap on the back, which you can you know, kind of use like this, I guess. Or you could carry it like this. I don't know, to be honest, the strap's kind of a miss on this guy. I would just prefer a regular old handle. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this. Otherwise, as mentioned, it's got the IP67 protection rating, but the real benefit to jumping up the Bounce is stereo playback. Oh yeah! The Grab is a mono speaker with a single woofer and a single dome tweeter, dual passive radiators of course, but the Bounce features a 2.1 channel setup with a racetrack woofer and 2 dome tweeters, and those dual passive radiators. This stereo setup helps provide better instrument separation than a speaker like the Grab, which down mixes everything into mono. That said, its left-right separation width is still limited by its small enclosure. The drivers are pretty darn close together, so you're not going to hear production effects whizzing by your ears or anything, but like I was saying, there is a noticeable difference in instrument separation with stereo playback that's nice to have. Battery life is also pretty decent. LG advertises 30 hours of playback off a single charge, but in my louder than average testing, the Bounce lasted for around 22 hours. That's pretty good at a volume of 80 dB. 22 hours is plenty of listening time, so you won't be reaching for that charging cable too often. Otherwise, it's simply a larger speaker than the Grab, built around the same consumer-friendly sound, which honestly I enjoy myself. There's no shame in admitting it. The extra size lets it push up to 40 watts of output, which means more bass, more volume, but still the same great customization and app features you get with the Grab, light bar customization included. The Xboom Bounce sells for 199 smackers, with enough output for a gathering of 16 or 18 people, I'd say. All right, and now the biggest unit, the Xboom Stage 301. This one is different. It's part Bluetooth speaker, part stage monitor, part party machine maybe? Yeah, party machine. Obviously the heaviest of the bunch at just under 15 pounds, but thanks to this built-in handle right here on top, it's still pretty easy to carry around. It's also rocking this tilted back wedge design, which is kind of neat, helps direct sound to go that way. Physical controls up top, and of course those 2 slick light bars, one at the top and one at the bottom of the grill. It even has a speaker mount underneath if you want to put it on a speaker stand. The 301, the big boy, pushes around 120 watts of output and also features a 2.1 setup with dual 2.5-inch mid-range drivers and a single 6.5-inch woofer for that low-end punch. Around back, we've got a 3.5mm aux in, nice, a 1/4-inch input for a microphone or a guitar, and a USB-A port which supports audio, although I have no idea who's still playing music off a thumb drive in 2025. There's even a couple physical controls on the back, including volume and a bit of reverb to help anyone performing sound their best. Volume, reverb, boop, boop, boom. So the Stage 301 is a great unit for around the house, the garage, the basement, the backyard that can also handle some light performance. It's not gonna keep up with a full-on heavy metal jam session, but if you wanna have some karaoke fun, the option is there. Now when it comes to battery life, LG rates this one for up to 12 hours, but that's only at 20% volume and with the lights off, which doesn't sound very fun. So if you are using it at home, you might as well plug it in. Side note, it doesn't charge via USB-C, only AC. But if you're absolutely keen on performing wirelessly with this speaker, it does offer swappable battery packs. Ta-da! Right here. You can always buy a second one from LG to help extend your off-grid listening parties. Nice. Otherwise, just plug it in at home. Plug it in, you got power. It's not 1800s, it's not the 1800s anymore. We have power. I wish it was the 1800s. I could die of dysentery or, you know, be a cowboy or something. Okay, what am I doing? You get all the same goodies in the LG app, of course, although I was a bit disappointed to discover it only has a 3-band custom EQ compared to the 5-band EQ that you get with the Grab and the Bounce. You do, however, get some fun DJ effects like that classic wham, 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 you know, and some filters and even some additional karaoke effects once you plug it in, like making your voice sound like a robot or Mickey Mouse, you know, the stuff that's fun for a few minutes, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's enough of that. Let me get back to Journey's Don't Stop Believing, because I'm a great singer. That's what my Aunt Linda would say. Jokes aside, again, I think it sounds pretty good with that 6.5-inch sub providing a steady low-end punch, whether you're listening to some rock tunes or some intense EDM, without sacrificing any treble clarity, and the EQ options are definitely worth checking out if you want to change things up a bit. Otherwise, the 301 goes for around $299 and has enough output for a gathering of 25 people or so, and plenty of connection options if your Aunt Linda wants to get her karaoke on after Christmas dinner. No, Aunt Linda, she's going for the microphone! So quick recap, if you want something that easily fits into a backpack and won't weigh you down, go for the Xboom Grab. It's great when it's just you and a few friends. Hanging with a bigger group of pals and don't need something so ultra portable but still want something fairly portable, go for the Xboom Bounce. You'll enjoy longer battery life, better bass response, and better instrument separation thanks to its stereo performance. Lastly, if you're entertaining regularly, you want something for the garage, the basement, or the backyard, go ahead and snag the 301. Of course, if you want to deep dive into any of these speakers and all its features, check out my full written reviews on SoundGuys.com, and let me know which one you're gonna go for in the comments. Otherwise, if you're convinced that LG should simply stick to appliances, you can check out my other video on the best Bluetooth speakers of 2025 for even more options, which you'll find right here. Happy listening. Woo! Dance, monkey, dance.